The issue of Wike's expulsion or suspension from the party was a matter long overdue, and finally, the PDP took a bold step. They suspended Wike from the party, and his gangs of troublemakers, they've been expelled from the party. Nyesom Wike has remained, a frustrated man ever since he lost the PDP primary, presidential primary in 2022, as well as his failure to snatch the vice presidential slot of the party. He has been insufferable since then. And a lot of people have welcomed the development, like Chief Dele Momodu, the ADC chieftain. He praised the suspension of Nyesom Wike and other PDP members, those that were engaged in anti-party activities. And Bode George was the one that announced the suspension of these guys. But you see, Suli Lamido wasn't in support of the suspension of Nyesom Wike. According to Suli Lamido, Bode George could have been suspended from the party, saying that if others were suspended for anti-party activities, then Bode George should be on the list because he was their political leader who led them into a rebellion against the party. Lamido made this known on Arise TV when he was being interviewed. He called out for Bode George, that Bode George, as an elder, he was the one that led the rebellion. He could have been suspended and all of that. And guys, according to Wike and Anyanwu, they've said the suspension was a mere jamboree. They laughed at the suspension, they mocked the suspension, that it was a mere jamboree, that whatever happened in Ibadan, according to Mr. Wike, was just a mere social gathering where people went to eat and drink, and it was more of a carnival than a convention. And Samuel Anyanwu, in his own reaction, insisted that the convention was illegal because INEC was absent, that without INEC monitoring every decision, there would be null and void, then it will have no effect. That was what Samuel Anyanwu said. So he dismissed his expulsion from the party. And political observers are saying that this Ibadan convention, rather than healing the party, would widen the existing cracks, and it will further weaken the PDP's position as the main opposition political party in Nigeria, because this expulsion of Wike will have a lot of consequences, that it's going to have a huge consequences, a huge force impact on the PDP. Now, one of the consequences are this will bring about a major shift in the PDP's eternal power map. Expelling Wike from the party would bring about a major shift. It will also intensify factional battles within the party. Since this expulsion is meant to restore discipline, this will also ignite a new factional tension within the party, as Wike's supporters may interpret the action as a declaration of war, and this would in turn trigger pushback or even resistance from some of Wike's loyalists, and this will lead to more defections, possibly defections in the future. And the PDP has had a long history where political heavyweight is being isolated, and thereafter we are seeing a lot of clashes from both sides. Both factions are having clashes. And Wike has always been a strategic asset for the People's Democratic Party. Wike, when it comes to funding, campaigns and the rest, you can call Wike. But as of now, when it comes to mobilization and funding and strategic networks, I don't think Wike would be there anymore. The PDP will have to source for someone else to handle that area. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? The party has, they've redefined themselves. For a very long time, the PDP have been torn between two identities, and now they want to restore order. They want to restore order. And Wike's expulsion from the party is more than a disciplinary action. It's a political turning point for the PDP. This marks the beginning of a new phase for the People's Democratic Party. This can bring troubles, or peace for the party. So we just have to watch out. But Wike said that the party were doing their Betty December in November. That was what Wike said when he heard he was expelled from the party. He said they were doing Betty December in November, that Dirty December came early and he ignored whatever they said about him. He did not pay attention to them. That was what Wike said. And you see, this Wike is a very funny man. He's a very, very funny man. He even went to Dele Fayoshe's birthday and he made some comments at that place. And guys, what can we say? Wike is Wike. But we don't know what consequences this would bring for the party. But for now, everyone is quite happy. At least the PDP can breathe fresh air. The PDP, they can breathe fresh air for now. At least for now, before we start hearing more gbasgbos from the People's Democratic Party. Not everyone supported this expulsion. A lot of, Governor Fintiri, he said he's not involving himself, or in fact, he practically washed his hands off the suspension of Wike. That's the expulsion of Wike from the party. According to him, he has no deal. He doesn't want to involve himself with Wike's expulsion. But many people called him a coward for doing so, for excluding himself. Many people said he was a coward. He has this fear because he doesn't want to have issues with Wike. Like, as of now, nobody wants to have issues with Nyesom Wike because Wike is a destructive man, and most Nigerian politicians are just scared of Wike. They don't want Wike's trouble. So for this sitting governor, probably he has his own reasons for, excluding himself, but I'm sure fear must be one of those reasons for him excluding, himself from Wike's expulsion. And this one that Anyanwu is saying that INEC boycotted the PDP convention, that INEC's presence were not felt at the PDP's convention. This they would use to go to court, because they are going to take this matter to court and possibly challenge the decisions of the PDP. They may use this as an excuse and, head to court, and we may see a court judgment tomorrow. So Nigerians are just, anticipating for the next move or what would hit the PDP next, because yes, they've taken a big decision, but trust Wike would have one or two things up his sleeves against the PDP. But for now, Dele Momodu has said this is the right step in the right direction. He called it the best news of the year. So I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Thank you. Bye for now.